We have so much ambition and drive and desire to do things and do things right and do so many things in life. And so we write our vision boards and we're like, this is motivating, but then we have to do it and it's hard. And it feels like the to-do list is never complete and the projects never all get around to happening. And no matter how much coffee you drink, there's never enough hours in the day and we still get distracted by freaking social media and it's so frustrating. So why is it that for some people it feels like they're just dancing through life and things seem to happen for them? It's so easy for them. What is the difference? Where does that come from? Today we'll talk about one of the big paradoxes in personal development, that is that success is effortless. I'm going to talk about 3 things: the mistake we're making. Then we'll talk about what is that costing us? What are the disadvantages? What are we missing out on when we're making this mistake? And then what can we do to shift our mindset into a more productive, more meaningful, and more fulfilling one? So let's go. I remember at one point writing down a sort of vision or what is important in my life. What do I strive for? What am I about? And I wrote down more, better, best. And it sounded very motivating at the time, but we all get to hardship. We all get to points where it doesn't all perfectly work out. And when you read more, better, best, it just doesn't work. It's like, I don't want more of this. It's not working out. This is so frustrating. And so we all need motivation at some point. So motivation, it's one of the core skills in any kind of work and pursuit in life. So where does motivation come from? I feel like for the most part, motivation comes from the feeling of momentum, right? If we feel like we are on a roll, we are making progress, we are moving forwards, we want to keep going. But so often we only look at the things we have not completed yet, right? A to-do list only shows you the things that you still have to do. It doesn't remind you of how wonderful you are in having already done so much in your life. So this is something that we just forget all the time. So if we only ever want things and desire and want more and better and best, then we're kind of setting up a contract for ourselves to be unhappy until we get there. But then we move the goal further and further as soon as we're kind of approaching where we're getting. So we're kind of making a contract for ourselves to be unhappy till forever. And if you dig deeper into that desire and this contract idea, it's rooted in this idea that if I have something, if I build something, if I create, if I make so much money, then I will be happy. Then I will allow myself to feel worthy. Then I will be good enough. But this whole structure of if this, then that, actually doesn't make any sense. Because a goal is something you don't have. You think you want something, but actually you want the feeling you would have when you get there. And actually, if you go one level deeper, you don't know what it is because you don't have it yet. So you don't know how you'll feel when you get there. So you don't really know what you want. You just want the thing that you think you will have when you're getting there. I know we're getting very abstract here, but I just want the point to make that the goals we set, the place we will get to is not the place we think we will get to. And it's impossible for us to know. And that brings us to what we will lose when we continue thinking this way. When we feel like life is hard and life is tough and life is always a battle, then our bodies will find a way to make us tired. That's how they work. We get what we think we deserve. Our life goes in the way we think it is going. And so think about a time when you were truly happy. Probably it was a very simple moment. I know for me, when I'm in nature and I'm just looking into the distance, all of these desires and these wants and these needs and this big life vision, it just disappears and I'm there in the moment, present and enjoying and being grateful for life. What do I have at that point? What did I achieve to have this happiness? Nothing. It just is there. And so our happiness, our real happiness, doesn't come from achieving things. It comes from being more aware. We feel like life should be fulfilling and meaningful and purposeful. I remember watching a lecture on growth day with Brendan Burchard. I'll put the link in the description to the app. I remember looking at that, and he was explaining how we want this meaning in life. We want to do what is meaningful. And there are some things that are universal across humans that feel like it's meaningful if you're contributing to other people and you feel how you're contributing, if you're in deep connecting relationships with people that help you out. But apart from that, think about Viktor Frankl's Man's Search for Meaning. That is a person who survived the Holocaust, and he noted the people who were with him, some that survived and some had died. And one of the remarkable differences that he saw between those groups of people was that those who survived found meaning in their place there. They found a reason to stay alive. They found, or they somehow saw this method as something that has a point in life, has a meaning in life, and that it is something that they will get through. That person survived the most horrible of circumstances, and he survived it because he found meaning. And that is the key point. It's finding meaning. Our brains believe things when we find proof for that. I say quote unquote proof because show your brain examples of things, over time it will start believing it. It's the same with meaning. Finding meaning is literally finding meaning. I have this in my daily journal where I think about what could be meaningful today, or what is something that I can interpret as being meaningful in my life. So having a fulfilling life, finding meaning in life, it's a practice. It's not something that is bestowed upon some people and other people don't have. It's something that we consciously do and repeatedly do. And so feeling better, feeling this fulfillment, this meaning, it actually helps you perform better. It can help you survive a freaking Holocaust. And why is that? It's because when we are dealing with big problems in life, big challenges, then we are trying too much to solve it with our conscious mind. We are trying to fix problems by thinking about them. Well, actually, for the big important things, it's our subconscious that is much, much more capable at dealing with them. It has so much more bandwidth. It can process so much more information. And the only way we can get to that is by relaxing and letting that take over. And so you need some kind of deep trust in the universe or in God or whatever, that things will come out right, because that is the only way you can let your thinking mind go and let your subconscious process it. And so, yes, you need to think about what you want and the goal so that you can just have a direction. You need a reason to come out of bed. But that once you have that, you need to, in a way, just let go and let the universe do things through you and let the path happen. Because we never had control over life. We don't have control over life now, and we never will have control over it. That brings me to how we start shifting this mindset. We don't have control, we never had control, but in fact, we don't really care about it. Because A, we don't know what we really want because we don't have it yet. And B, it doesn't really matter where we get to. It matters who we become in the process of trying. So whether you succeed or not, you will be a different person because you have tried. And that is the growth. The actual achievement is in who you become in the process. So when you're setting goals, don't set goals because you want the thing in the end. Set goals because trying to get the thing will change you into the person you want to be, whether you succeed or not. Once in a while, you want to think about those goals, and so that helps you decide what to do. But then after that, it's a matter of relaxing into it and letting the things happen. It comes from this deep trust that I know that I will work hard, and so that means I can let go. I had brain surgery about 1.5 years ago, where they found a tumor, and it happened very quickly. They wanted to get rid of it as soon as possible. So it kind of just, this happened. And then I was in the recovery period, and that was very, very difficult for me. I was thinking, yeah, by the end of next week, I'll get back to work. It took me like 2-3 months to recover fully. I am a very healthy person. I am probably one who's able to recover from these kinds of things rather quickly compared to the average. And I wanted to get going so quickly, but it just didn't work. I remember, being on the couch for the entire day, and the only movement in the day would be moving from the couch to the bed to sleep at night, and then sleeping during the day on the couch. And I wanted to start moving again at least. So I did 10 squats, just at least a little bit, and then I had a headache for a day and a half. So it took me a couple of tries, but eventually I learned that even if you're so highly optimized, and I think there is a very good point in striving towards that, but even then, things are going to take their time. Nature laughs last. We gotta have this patience and this trust that things will turn out well. But on the other hand, we need to make sure that we actually do the work, and we actually try, and we actually go hard. So the main things for me that help doing that, I described that in another video called My Productivity Backbone, which goes through my morning routine, the practices I have during the day, and what I do to wrap up the day. Those things are crucial for me to do every single day, and they really help me move forwards and push forwards. And by having those things in place, I know that I can kind of relax into it and let the universe guide me, be an instrument of good, and know that things will turn out well. Thank you for watching. I hope you like this. If you do, please click the button. That way I know, and that way YouTube makes sure that more people will see it. Subscribe to this channel if you want to learn more about being and becoming your full expressive self. Don't ask what the world needs. Ask what makes you come alive, because what the world needs is more people who have come alive. That is what I'm all about, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.